Can we talk about the strategy that you are teaching in your program?
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of the marketing proposal, we try to inculcate, teach. I don't want to sound too pedantic, but we try to educate. We have to educate our most successful producers to sometimes make more client-centric, concise, and easier to understand presentations. And therefore, one way that is important is goes through this process. I ask a lot of our agents this question. If somebody asked you how does real estate marketing work, how would you respond? Now, I also say don't worry about it because no one's asking you. But you should ask yourself that question. You should be able to internalize. I'm not asking you what will you do to get a home sold. I'm asking you, Lucy, how does real estate marketing in general work? Now, the reason this is important is because there's two major ecosystems that every real estate professional has to deal with. The first ecosystem, they're provided. MLS, National Association of Realtors, IDX. So somebody can come into this business and have this infrastructural advantage of having an ecosystem in place to basically market and network their properties. But then the other ecosystem is the home service providers when people are living in the home from 11 to 13 years. But let's get back to the ecosystem that has a lot to do with the marketing presentation. Somebody needs to be able to collapse and synthesize all the complexities of real estate in a couple brief sentences so home sellers aren't confused. Because if home sellers are confused, they can't make decisions. So here's what I recommend. Lucy, you're the home seller. First of all, I'm going to start by saying this. Lucy, tonight I brought some marketing strategies with me as well as some pricing strategies. Would you like to begin with the pricing strategies or would you like to begin with the marketing strategies?
I would start with the marketing strategy.
Okay. Now let me tell you why that's an important opening. Because for 20 years, I was on 2 or 3 listing calls a day for 20 years. And I'll guarantee you this, with all of my agents as well, we had 1,200 sales executives in my company before we sold it. Thousands of realtors have forced and compelled the home seller to say this. Lucy, can we just get to the price? Or Lucy, you don't have to sell us on yourself. That's because the agent is introducing flawed atmospherics. By giving the people the choice, would you like to begin with discussing pricing or marketing? You'll never be interrupted. Because that just shows that you're confident, you're collaborative, you're consultative, and you're in control. So it begins with, would you like to begin with either the pricing or the marketing? Now, let's say as you did the marketing, most times you'll say pricing. Lucy, all real estate marketing comes down to 3 words: range, reach, and influence. Range is the internet. Every company has the internet. Every consumer has the internet, Lucy. The second part is reach. Reach is something called IDX. It's like a digital MLS. That means that somebody could be having breakfast in Brussels and they'll see your property on one of 100 different real estate websites. Isn't that great? I'm so excited for you folks that you don't have to worry about exposure now, and also social media marketing. So that's reach. But the greatest determinant, the greatest variable is influence. We have to influence the buyer and the buyer agents. That's why at our brand, we've created the customized home marketing system. See, that's a very professional way. You wouldn't expect an agent the first week in the business to be able to say to somebody, Lucy, all real estate marketing comes down to 3 words: range, reach, and influence, because it requires experiential knowledge to be able to synthesize this. Now you're setting up a framework. So every single thing that you're going to do, you're able to then say, another way that we'll be influencing buyers and buyer agents. Oh, here's another way we'll be influenced, because you need to give a framework for the home seller to immediately understand exactly what's taking place. That's a marketing proposal because it's collaborative, because you're asking them questions. Okay, what will you folks miss about the home? Why would somebody want to buy a home? We give them a form. List these from 3 to 5. Now that we've gone over all of the reasons why somebody would want to buy this magnificent property, Lucy, is there anything about your property that you think a buyer or a buyer agent might look to criticize that we should strategize over here tonight? See, this is all collaborative. Would you like to begin with the pricing and the marketing? Collaborative. Can you give me the 3 to 5 major reasons why somebody would want to buy your home? Collaborative. Is there any reason somebody might criticize the property? Collaborative. The whole process is collaborative because one of the most enduring cliches of all time is this: what somebody is willing to create, they're willing to defend. You've got to get the home seller involved in the creation. A listing presentation is not collaborative. A marketing proposal is collaborative.